The Why Girl, Mahashweta Devi, 1926 to 2016, was an Indian writer who wrote in Bengali. She worked for the rights and empowerment of the tribal people of West Bengal, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. She worked relentlessly for the dignity and human rights of the poor. Devi was awarded the Sahitya Ratna Akademi Prize in 1996 and also won the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award. Most of her writings, including The Why Girl, are based on real facts and people. But why? The question came from a small girl about 10 years old. She was chasing a large snake. I ran after her, grabbed her plate, and held her back, shouting, "No, Moina, do not." "Why should not I?" she asked. "It is not a grass snake or a rat snake, it is a cobra," I replied. "Why should not I catch a cobra? Why should you?" "We eat snakes, you know," Moina said. "The head you chop off, the skin you sell, the meat you cook." "Yes, but do not do this time," I said. I will." "No, child." "But why?" I dragged Moina back to the Samiti office where I worked. Her mother Khiri was there, weaving a basket. The Samiti was a place where people could come to learn, to read and to write, or simply sing and dance together. "Come," I said to Moina, "come and rest for a little while." "Why? Aren't are not you tired?" I asked. Moina shook her head vigorously. "Who will bring the goats home and collect firewood and fetch water and lay traps for the birds?" Came the questions one after the another. What does this tell you about Moina? "Moina, do not forget to thank the Babu for the rice he sent us," said Khiri. "Why should I?" Moina said. "Do not I sweep cow herds and do 1,000 jobs for him? Does he ever thank me? Why should I?" Saying this, Moina ran off. Khiri sighed and shook her head. "Never seen a child like this. All she keeps saying is why. No wonder the postmaster calls her Why Girl." "I like her," I said. "But she is very obstinate," Khiri replied. "Just would not give in." Moina was a shabbar. The shabbars were a poor tribal group and they owned no land. But nobody complained. Only Moina's questions went on and on. "Why do I have to walk so far to the river to fetch water? Why do we live in a leaf hut? Why cannot we eat rice twice a day?" Moina tended the goats of the village landlords or babus, but she was neither humble nor grateful. She did her work and came home in the evening. Was Moina arrogant or self respecting? "Why should I eat their leftovers?" she would say. "I will cook a delicious meal with green leaves and rice and crabs and chili powder and eat with my family." The shabbers usually daughters did not send their daughters to work, but Moina's mother had a bad leg and so could not walk properly. Her father had gone off to faraway Jamshedpur in search for work, and her brother Goro went to the forest every day to collect firewood, so Moina had to work. That October, I stayed in the village for a month. One morning, Moina declared that she would move in with me. "No," Kiri said. "Why not? It is a big hut. How much space does one old woman need?" Moina said, referring to me, of course. "What about going to work?" her mother asked. "I will go, but I will come here after work," Moina said firmly, and she came with one change of clothes and a baby mongoose. It eats very little and chases away the bad snakes, she said. The good snakes I catch and give to mother. She makes lovely snake curry. I will bring some for you. Is the author complaining or she liked being with Moina? Our Samiti teacher Malti said to me, she will exhaust you with her whys. What a time I had with Moina. Why do I have to graze the babu's goats? Their boys can do it. Why cannot fish speak? Why do stars look so small if many of them are bigger than the sun? One night she asked me, why do you read books before you go to sleep? Because books have the answers to your whys, I replied, and for once Moina was silent. She tidied the room, watered the flowering tree, and fed fish to the mongoose. Then she came up to me and said, I will learn to read and find the answers to my questions. When Moina grazed the goats, she told the other children all that she had learned from me. Many stars are bigger than the sun, but they live far away, so they look small. The sun is nearer, so it looks bigger. The fish do not speak like us. They have a fish language which is silent. The earth is round. Did you know that? When I returned to the village a year later, the first thing I heard was Moina's voice. Why is the school closed? She challenged Malti as she entered the Samiti's school, dragging along a bleating goat. Why do you mean why? Asked Malti. Why should not I study too? Asked Moina. Who is stopping you? But there is no class. School is over for the day, Malti pointed out. Why? Because Moina, I take class from 9 to 11 in the morning, said Malti. Moina stamped her foot and said, why cannot you change the hours? I have to graze the goats in the morning. I can come only after 11. If you do not teach me, how will I learn? I will tell the old lady, me, that none of us goat herds and cow herds can come if the hours are not changed. Then she saw me and fled with her goat. I went to Moina's house in the evening, nestling close to the kitchen fire. Moina was telling her little sister and elder brother, you cut one tree and plant two more. You wash your hands before you eat. Do you know why? You will get stomach pain if you do not. You know nothing. Do you know why? Because you do not attend classes at the Samiti. Why do you think Moina got admission in the village primary school? Why do you think was the first girl to be admitted to the village primary school? Moina. Moina is 18 now. She teaches at the Samiti. If you pass by, you are sure to hear her impatient, demanding voice. Do not be lazy. Ask me questions. Ask me why mosquitoes should be destroyed, why the pole star is always in the north sky, and the other children too are learning to ask why. Moina does not know I am writing her story. If she did, she had say, writing about me. Why? Glossary. Grab, take hold of, Samiti, village association, vigorously, energetically, obstinate, stubborn, move in, shift, exhaust, tire, challenge, question, bleating, sound made by a goat, fled, ran away, nestling, being in position of comfort.